What's good? What's happening? We back with the episode of Threes from the Ring podcast. It's your boy Chris today. Got your boy Tyler here.
Yo,
And unfortunately, Day Trail, he is on injury reserve on this episode, so unfortunately, he's gonna miss the boy. But it is what it is because the show must go on. So that's it. Enjoy what we're about to give you guys on this episode for the five. Because ain't much really going on. Before we get into this episode, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, YouTube Media. Be prepared because next month, Attack on the Culture is coming, coming back. But what was once formerly known as Black Chocolate Culture, Attack on Culture, is coming next month. So be ready for that and the content that Cam, Daytrail, and I plan on giving you guys because we're coming in hot. So let me look out as we re-debuted ourselves to the nerd. So if you was a fan of Black Attack of the Culture, we're gonna play. Like you can hate our opinions on Threes from the Ring because people hate his opinion. His opinion, walked up to his opinion about those things. But coach, anime, game, all of it. But this is Threes from the Ring. Follow for that 3S from the Ring as well. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Basketball wise, ain't much going on. This is literally
after Olympics, it's been dead for about 2 weeks.
Yes, it is. It's been 2 weeks and 3 weeks honestly since they won gold. And if you watch last week's episode, we already went over us bragging, giving our American pride, and that American pride is going out the window at this point. So
yeah, we have political downfall incoming. So that's exactly the next part of America for the rest of this year.
We're stressing over the fact that we still got idiots who gonna vote for that orange vote. But that's a whole different subject. Basketball wise, the only thing that because we was not going to talk about basketball on this episode. This was going to be a legit wrestling only podcast. But with that said, just to tell you guys, we will start our NBA preview content next week. So we will start our NBA content next week. We'll slowly start diving into it. I think NBA training camp start next week.
Next 2 weeks.
Yep. So with that said, we'll start diving into what's going on into the league, our predictions, rankings, in terms of positions, stuff like that sort. So be on the lookout for that once we get into it. But the only really news is Steph got paid.
Big time.
He definitely got his so Steph more than likely will end his career as a Warrior. So, Laker fans, you can throw those Steph Curry, LeBron Photoshops out the window right now. You can just go ahead, throw them in the recycle bin at the very moment. It's fine. Steph is more a Warrior because they gave him extension that goes through that extension contract to 2028, where he will be getting paid. Hold on, let me make sure I get this number right. So, for that 1 year, Steph will be getting paid
$60 million.
$62.6 million to play basketball and probably be a mid version of himself. Finesse, man. You gotta respect finesse. Like you have to. So
I wouldn't even call it finesse. Like they low key owe it. They just owe it to him at this point.
It's the legacy contract. It's the Kobe Bryant death contract.
The franchise is hanging off the bone not the franchise, but the team itself is hanging off the bone.
Of that lasting legacy. But just my overall thoughts on it. Well deserved. Like you're paying the man for being loyal to your organization, for taking your organization to heights it will never ever see again once he retires. So like as a still top flight Steph Curry hater, unless he's in the Team USA jersey. Shout out to the man. He deserves it. Regardless, he gave you guys 4 titles, the best years of the franchise history. Like since the Mitch Richmond Run TMC era, I'm not counting that Baron Davis, Steven Jackson team because Steven Jackson is on that team. And you know how I feel about Steven Jackson. He's top 5 goofy. So, hey, but either way, I'm happy for that. You know, take your money, stay on that team, and get paid. Shoot your threes, get all the franchise records, like leader of the records and all of that, because I don't think nobody's gonna be able to touch it on time. So either way,
not on that franchise, no.
Yeah, not on that franchise.
They got to get another generational talent.
And that generational talent got to stay there.
Yeah.
So, but your thoughts on this contract?
I mean, yeah, he's definitely well deserving of it. $60 million, like for that, just that one season is crazy. I think he's the first player to do that.
Yeah, like based on how like the influx of contracts, yeah, I think he'll be one of the first to make $60 million a year.
But yeah, like he, you know, that he deserves it. They owe it to him. You know, it's ain't really much else you can say. Like he's done. He can retire to that year. Like I'm done, and
pay me my money.
They still gotta give it to him. You agreed to terms.
My money. So, but either way, shout out to that. But yeah, that's really it in terms of basketball. Like there's really nothing else we need to give you guys. Next week, if you look for basketball talk, yeah, we'll probably most of the episode will be consumed with it. This is just the slow drag of it. But if you're here for wrestling,
both of y'all missed out on the question.
It is that time, man, for wrestling talk with the guys. And since it's me and Tyler, it's gonna be an enjoyable no shade trail. But you know, you may watch. Hey, as you know, but anyway, but wrestling's been interesting the past week. You know, before, like, even though I didn't add this to the docket, we did get news that the Vince McMahon Netflix documentary is dropping exactly a month from now.
Yeah, it's funny. Discourse gonna be nasty.
Yes. So pretty much as Netflix tweeted earlier today, Miss McMahon, a documentary series chronicling the rise and fall of WWE's controversial founder, and it's coming to Netflix on September 25th. In interviews with McMahon prior to his resignation, his family, and some of the most iconic names in wrestling, as well as the journalists who uncovered the McMahon's allegations. So this is going to be real crazy, and plus it's a 6-part documentary. So that last
does Netflix drop them all at once, or do they spread them out?
They tend to drop everything. It depends, because you know sometimes they drop everything at once or they're separate. Netflix is wishy-washy with it, so there's a good chance they might drop everything at once.
Yeah,
if they were smart. Real though.
It's probably best to do it all at once because you don't want that to.
Go episodic with it, because this thing, people's gonna go straight to the nasty man allegation. Get people waiting.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Build us up to the freaky man allegation. That's all I'm saying. Because if you drop it all at once, nobody's going to watch episode 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 and 6 is going to be the crazy stuff. Episode 2 you might get when he beat the American Supreme Court with steroid stuff. But overall, I feel this is a case of hey, do it weekly. What are your thoughts?
It's gonna be interesting to see certain stuff that we may not know, may not have maybe even in more detail. They said all of like the interviews and stuff is beforehand, right?
Yeah, everything is pretty much right before his resignation. So they don't forget
So this is at least up until last year.
yeah. So even like his stuff is gonna be pretty recent. Like it's
That's
up
gonna be
to his
interesting.
resignation. So pretty much who knows, like could have been a month, maybe 2 days before he was kicked, got the boot, pretty much. So
Yeah,
that's gonna be a whole interesting saga in itself. Um in terms of stuff you will say because
I'm not necessarily looking to be shocked by it though. I think obviously people that aren't really tied to the culture of wrestling really gonna be like, oh, I didn't know, half of this stuff was going on. Or, I thought he was just a piece of shit on TV.
yeah, that's gonna be the interesting thing. Is the dialogue for the people who said like the casual viewer I only watch during WrestleMania, or the people who used to watch wrestling during the Attitude Era or like to a certain point the Ruthless Aggression era. Um, would be like, oh, okay, but like the hardcore fans like us who genuinely love wrestling, stay tuned, deal with the dirt sheet stuff information, ain't gonna be much of a shock of what we hear. It's probably gonna be more of like it's gonna be more of the the how he presents it, but also those who also gonna be in the documentary talks about certain things as well. And just in terms of the allegations, I'm very curious on the journalists who they do have because this is gonna be the funny part. People gonna be like, oh, we're gonna see Sean Ross Sapp goof ass. No, you're gonna see legit self award, self acclaimed, real live journalists, New York Times, Wall Street Journal journalism, right here. People who have awards, people who have schools,
Not Twitter reporters.
not people. And literally, I consider myself at least a college educated journalist and media scholar because at least I went to school for it, which I'm doing this. But on top of it is people who I just love wrestling and you know what? I'm making a newsletter. I'm making I don't have legit sources. My sources is niggas who sit in catering mad. They
Right.
don't those are my sources. Like no, be better. But anyway, those you're not gonna see Dave Meltzer. You're not gonna see that goofy Sean Ross Sapp.
You understand like the bullet points of what I like
Real journalism. Right.
and then you have bullet points.
Anyway, it's gonna be interesting. Like it's going to be really interesting.
Or we structure. If you want.
I think the person that I'm most, well, I wouldn't say most, but I'm curious to see what their opinion is. I want to see what Shane says.
Yeah, that's gonna be the interesting one. It's definitely gonna be interesting. And Shane is a nice we're going to pretty much transition because AEW has done some things, AEW has done some things.
Just came off out.
All in just Wembley just happened this past week. Daniel Bryan did it. But it's also we'll talk about Daniel Bryan's championship win, which I'm happy it's occurred. But we'll go into that the transitional champion who's about to go into mid card hell shortly. But you watched Dynamite today. Literally, I was one of those people. I was really gonna open this episode with, "Where's John Moxley?"
Yeah, I was kind of like, okay, finally. It's been a minute. They've been through a couple major pay-per-views without.
I was really about to hit him with a, "Where's John Moxley?" Even though I've been saying last year he needs a vacation, and they gave him the vacation, but he popped up talking to Tony Schiavone saying, "This is not your company no more," and people made Shane McMahon trend on Twitter saying, "Oh man, Shane McMahon is really about to come because Tony Schiavone said when Shane popped up on the last episode of Nitro, pretty much saying this is not your company no more," and they was like, "Oh, that's Easter egg. With John Moxley,
I never knew about that.
John Moxley, the signature card from Shane McMahon. We're in trouble.
I just can't see it, bro. I'm gonna get the video. I can't see it. You can't have me say
It's gonna be an interesting whether or not he pops up. I'm curious to see like what they're alluding to altogether because it seems like he's going around recruiting people. I didn't finish watching the episode. I seen like certain segments. Did he end up talking to Darby Allin last night too?
I don't recall, but I know he do once Darby, so that'll go where it needs to go. But either way, we're gonna see where things go with this because that's an interesting storyline, especially using John Moxley. But if Shane McMahon pops up, hey man,
I need JR to hit one of his old one-liners. The business has just picked up.
That's if JR could even show up to work. That's true. But hey man, just check out a few episodes ago. Daytra said what happened to Shane makes that return. You know what's going on, okay? But back to All In. The only thing I really just quick highlights. Ladies had an ass match with Perspective. Will Ospreay got the belt back and did the Tiger Driver.
Cheating ass motherfucker. Bitch ass nigga.
That's MJF in the background. MJF in the background stated what he stated, which is hilarious because I think he did. MJF did call him a cheater last night.
They definitely called him a cheater. Took his belt, took his ring.
But anyway, so with that all said, then the main event, which honestly I'm gonna be real, great match, one of the best matches of this year,
for sure.
Once again, Daniel Bryan showing that he can make anybody look elite. No pun intended. Just showing that he's really one of the best of our generation. And I'll I don't care. So with that said, shout out to Daniel Bryan, man. I'm really happy he finally got over the hump. In terms of just finally, like especially in terms of a really great match. Swerve did his thing. This is one issue with the match. My main issue, I don't know if you watched the match. The fact that Swerve no-sold the running knee at one point.
Oh, that big moment where he came from the corner and he Goldberged. I think that was more of a planned spot though.
It was just, to me, it makes no logical sense because I'm like, the move, he ended up doing it again a few minutes later in work.
Yeah, it's like it was kind of oddly placed because I feel like if you do it and you miss, I think you follow it up with a different move. Like he could have did the remember he does that top rope missile drop kick, and then sometimes he'll use that to set up for the knee.
Yeah, you remember his neck is Cheetos right now. So
yeah, but I just felt like it could have been like another move to set up that second one.
Yeah, but either way, it was just the fact of no selling that one. If Swerve is built like Chaz, so, and literally that's one of our homies. But yeah, like he's built like Chaz. No, he's built like Elon.
Low key built like Elon. Elon built like David Clooney.
He's like 2 inches taller. So no selling that when you and Daniel Bryan argue, and Daniel Bryan only like 2 inches shorter, makes no logical sense. And I'm just like, that's just my AEW cry. Like that moment was a little stupid, especially when Daniel Bryan does the move again and follows up to a victory. Either way, Daniel Bryan wins. There was some interference with Hangman.
Speaking of no selling, we'll get to it, but it was definitely some no selling in a specific match that we're gonna talk about.
I don't want to really talk much about this company, but Hangman. We do gotta talk about somebody popping up too. But see, they already make me forget about that man. Just that fast. But Hangman did pop up during the match, but it wasn't anything of significance because I felt like it didn't make or break the match. It was just Hangman popping up, looking at him. Nothing significant. Either way, shout out to Daniel Bryanson. Great match. Happy for you. He did say he's not going to he's going full time until he loses the belt. So somebody's gonna turn that nigga's neck into Dorito dust, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun when that happens. So we'll see where things go when it comes to that. But Ricochet did make his grand debut to AEW during the Casino Battle Royale match thing that they have. He didn't do anything significant.
Yeah, it's like it was. We kind of figured he was debuting at the pay-per-view, but it's like, and it's not a knock on him, but it's like it's not much more that they can do to present him any better than WWE did. Like WWE gave him like decent entrances, for certain shows. He was definitely like somebody that Triple H liked for sure because he always had something to do. It wasn't like he ain't never had nothing to do.
Vince loved him too. He was working.
Vince low key liked those, high flying.
Your RVD, I can work with anybody type guy. I will oversell for the big guy. I can give anybody a good match guy. He's your old reliable RVD type.
And I'm not shitting on the fact that he left or nothing like that. You do what you want to do to, for your happiness, and, your success or whatever. But it's just like any other signing. It's they keep signing guys just to have them, and then I'm pretty sure he'll get he's going to get his Osprey matches in. I wouldn't be shocked if he ends up doing something with MJF at some point. Swerve, he's gonna chop it up with guys that make sense for him to be matched up with. But
he's not a main event, and that's fine. He might be a main event there, but at the end of the day with AEW,
I can't call it. I need to. I'll see it when I believe. I'll believe it when I see it because so far we haven't had from somebody from what I guess we consider Ricochet's level. We haven't seen them push them any further than I would say the highest is probably Swerve.
Swerve was lower, but you could argue that Swerve barely was able to do anything because that light skin who kind of fumbled and pissed the wrong people off that Swerve had to look for. But Swerve was one of the few people who was lower on the card at the time. And
I do think if he was able to stay in the E, I do think at some point he would have found some type of buzz while he was in the E.
He would have been a hard
main roster.
But that's just with freedom where it's like, okay, you can't kind of have those moments. That's one guy would say he took advantage of the moments. He's still a cornball ass brother, but at the same time, he's not the culture. But he took advantage of the moments that was presented to him. And once again, he's the only guy in that company who don't mind using the fact that, hey, I know my status and I know how to get people over on a consistent basis. On a consistent basis, people. So with that all said,
so Matt said he gonna do it.
But either way, what was you talking about, a botch though?
The video we got today was
no, I was saying so.
Yesterday.
It was the Mercedes Moné Britt Baker match.
That match is ass.
Yeah, but it was a lot of no selling, and I think that definitely hurt it too. It's more so on Britt Baker I would say, because she kind of has this. She has this thing where she kind of. I ain't going to necessarily say sandbag because I did hear a couple people say that she sandbagged. I don't necessarily know if it was that, but it's like she has this tendency to try to make herself look too strong in the wrong spots, and it's like you do it a lot, especially for somebody that's gonna sell. For you, Sasha Banks is gonna sell. She sells exceptionally well, but that match wasn't, considering that. I ain't gonna say that was the biggest women's match they've had so far, but it really should have been based on names.
In terms of names, yeah, it genuinely is one of the bigger female matches they've had. It just, once again, Britt Baker's not a good worker.
Yeah,
that's just one of the truth. She's not a good worker.
It is what it is.
Like, she's legit like one of their biggest stars, but she's a horrible worker. Horrible. So, but that's a whole different subject. So, in like, I think there was an article that where Mercedes outright said there was some things match, but yeah, I know what I'm saying. She sucks. Like, I wish I handled things a little better.
I think they did enough for
They already blew this match.
Y'all gotta roll with protection and check out that motherfucking doors. The helmets coming out for Jesus.
Go ahead and go talk to Bash in Berlin. So, Bash in Berlin is this weekend. With that said, we were definitely about to get it's 5 matches, right?
5,
right? NXT No Mercy's this weekend too, right?
When is No Mercy? I keep forgetting that. I didn't forget about No Mercy is in October, isn't it?
No, the NXT No Mercy. That's Bad Blood.
Right, that's what I was saying. I thought they were doing both of those in October.
Nope.
Well, No Mercy is definitely, if it's not this weekend, it's the following weekend.
Yeah, No Mercy's this weekend too. So we're gonna do that first. We're gonna do our predictions for that, and then we're gonna do Bash in Berlin. My apologies. So, let's see here. So, NXT No Mercy, that is this Sunday. That will be. That what?
I said we got a full weekend then.
Yep, Labor Day weekend of wrestling. While watching any of it live, I'm off Saturday. I'll be doing too much moving around, but because Bash, I get the time frame when we get there. But anyway, NXT No Mercy, we're gonna have a 6-match card. I'm just gonna read it in the order that I think this card will go in. I believe they're gonna open up with Wesley versus Zachary Wentz. That makes the most sense.
I'm down with that. I think that makes sense too. It's a mid to major storyline, but it's not something that I would necessarily put in the middle of the card. I do think that they're probably going to do a good job telling that story for that match, but I think they can definitely be a tone setter match, to open up the show. So I definitely see that, being a first match on the card.
Yeah, it just makes the most sense. I'm going Wesley winning this. This is gonna be Wesley's match to win. Got to solidify him as a heel. Will he win cleanly? I don't know, but she's a heel, so what heel wins cleanly, clean,
right.
Besides Prime Triple H, but Prime heel Triple H. But either he's going to win in a manner where it is dirty in a sense, but I think he also introduces him having a bodyguard.
I can see that too.
Just to kind of proving, because the part of the issue was he told them, "You niggas left me alone. Y'all left me." Okay, I'm about to bring somebody, so I'm not going to ever feel alone ever again. So I think that's where we're going to get an introduction for Wesley in regards to this. But we both have been. Next, I definitely believe they're going to go with a women's match. Wendy Chu versus Kalani Jordan, aka female Shelton Benjamin. And if you know what I mean by that, you know what I mean.
She still got time to grow, man. She's young.
That's the best thing about NXT. You got time to develop. But Jesus Christ, her talking is horrible. Her acting is horrible. This is why they kind of have people start off as heels unless they just have natural charisma. But she has no personality, and it's sad. But with that said, I would like a change here. I think they give it to Wendy too.
Yeah, I like the way that they're building up her character.
Especially the explanation of the dark side, but it's very clear she is based on her gimmick. Woke up on the wrong side of the bed, but it'd be nice to just outright just explain.
Right. I think I'm a roll with Wendy Chu on this one though. I think a change should happen at this for this match.
Yeah, it makes sense. And then just force Kalani to develop. And the personality, please. Next, I think we're going to go tag team, and we're going to go Chase U versus Axiom and Nathan Frazier. I really want them to keep the belts on Chase U for now. At the moment, let them have their moment with this. And also, I think Nathan Frazier and Axiom get called up. They're ready, and they just need more tag team.
I do think that they should get called up. What I do need them to do is they, like main roster, they still need to make certain adjustments with the tag scene on both shows, because it's like the Judgment Day has the tag belts again. I'm not mad at that, but we've been getting, so SmackDown has been putting on, I would say, more of a tournament style with the tag belts, for number one contenders matches and stuff. It's only been like 2-3 teams, which each show really only has that many anyway. But Raw hasn't really been doing much because it's another situation where those tag belts are low key stuck in a storyline at the moment.
Yeah, which I think they're going to get the belts off them. Like we'll get to it later on once we get to when we talk about Bash. I feel like them belts gonna come off Judgment Day real soon, based on storyline reasons. But anyway. But yeah, Chase U. We in agreement. Chase U.
Yeah, Chase U.
Shine. Especially even though people saying they need to call up Chase U, it's you keep them around a little longer.
I'll keep them around a little longer. I do think it'll be fun. Like once the new Gable group gets out of the way of the Wyatt Six, I think Chase U versus them would be kind of fun.
Definitely, like down the line. I can see that. But moving on,
they grew on me a lot too. I wasn't really sure about them.
Man, it was just it's just old school fun faction that you just need.
Yeah,
silly purposes. Like they have their moments where like, oh, they'll win like something like a tag team title, or if back in the day like a European title or something like that, where it's like, oh, okay, but they ain't gonna have the IC title or the world title. At most they'll be tag champs with the secondary title on secondary mid combo if we have one that like this time. But yeah, next I'm gonna say we're gonna go Oba versus Tony D'Angelo. Oba Femi
not dropping this joint, bro. Oba Femi.
Even though like they made Tony D'Angelo have that moment where he did power slam that dude into the dirt, gave him that moment. I still strongly believe Oba is winning this belt. Keeping this belt. I think it's going to lead to him being a double champ.
I do see that too, but I think it's a while away before he gets to that. Because I got a feeling, and we'll get to that once we get to the main event, but I got a feeling somebody, that's hot right now is going to end up getting that belt very soon.
So yeah, and plus Tony D'Angelo needs to get ready to learn main roster. He's still the only guy down there, but also I wouldn't be mad in a sense, mainly because as you go into CW, you do want to kind of keep a vet guy there, and he's still a type of person where you can use him universally, and you still don't have a lot of male talent down there that's worth a damn.
Yeah, so it's like, it's not harming him that he's still down there.
Yeah, but he needs to get ready to learn main roster. He definitely do. Moving on. Then we already. Oh, okay. But Roxanne versus Jada Parker. We're gonna have that.
This is gonna be a good match, I believe. I think Roxanne retains, but I think it's leading up to her getting ready to drop that belt again.
She's going to drop it to either Julia or Stephanie. What is it? Vacker. Yeah. Stephanie Vacker. So
yeah,
leading to that, especially, but we have to give respect to the NXT this past week when Jada smacked the hell out.
No hesitation. She told you she was going to do it, and she went straight across her face.
Literally, honestly, we've had a lot of black moments in wrestling these past few years. That's the blackest moment ever in wrestling.
Yeah,
was down. Like a black woman slapping the shit out of somebody, and after they said, "Hey, I'm about to slap the taste out your mouth," and did it.
And it was just the conviction in her voice. It's like that's where
blackness.
Yeah, that's where like personality and that charisma really is showing.
Somebody can learn. Who we talked about earlier.
No shade, but that's a good example of some charisma and true conviction.
Exactly. That's all we need. That's what the streets need. But also I think this does, like, Roxanne's gonna win, but we do get the debut of either Julia, the NXT true debut of Julia or Stephanie Vacker. One of them is going to pop up.
The only thing that they're waiting on was their like visa. Wasn't like a visa issue with one of them?
No. I just think WWE just did that WWE thing. Yeah, they just did the WWE thing of just waiting. Just make sure they got their affairs in order. I think Julia was still healing from an injury as well.
Oh, you're right. That's what it was.
She still had Stardom days. Not Stardom, but whatever the new Japanese women company that people watching it to keeping, like, I don't know. That's why I believe it. She's had dates for that, and I think with Backer, she just want to get all her affairs in order, mainly in regards to it, and just comfortable. Which is, when it comes to like overseas talent, they want them to at least get situated. Excuse me, in America before they just have them. All right, come on, you're here now. So I think one of them is going to debut on this show, and then the other one's going to make their debut on the CW. CW.
Oh yeah, they gotta have a CW debut.
So, but yeah, overall, that should be a good match though. But Roxanne definitely, the clock is ticking. That's the best way to phrase it. The clock is ticking.
I ain't gonna lie, like she's a lot more ready than what was the other girl that they had come up to the main roster? A couple, like, when the draft happened.
Oh, Lyra Valkyrie.
Yeah, I think Roxanne is like been ready.
I think with Roxanne,
they need her down there too.
You didn't want to lose both. And honestly, I feel like they should have kept Lyra a little longer. But also I get it. You just needed to add more depth to the women's roster, so it helps. In regards to that, I just personally feel both could have stayed, and I think even then, I think Roxanne's gonna stay a little longer. She's still young. She's still one of the more like proven talent in terms of, hey, I'm gonna show whether or not you're good or not. You know, so that's something you can work along with in regards to. Uh, but anyway,
Her story, whole wrestling story is like it's just cool in general. It's like she's still so young. Like literally right before she got signed to WWE, she was the Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Like people was raving for her in Ring of Honor, you know, before they got bought out and everything. And she ended up here, and it's like the transition for her. Like that's probably been the best transition from another company for like a newer star in a while.
yeah, like I definitely agree. So like she's doing her thing. Like she's going to be one of them generations now, where she's gonna hold it down, especially for the women. But anyway, then main event we have. I almost called the man Daniel Garcia. I'm sorry, Ethan Page versus Joe Hendry, and I hope everybody knows this is the last time you're probably gonna see Joe Hendry in NXT until he officially signs that WWE contract. But this is gonna be a really fun match. Oh, by the way, Trick Williams is
The special guest referee. That's interesting because it's usually they don't do the same, even though it's two different shows. They usually don't do the same like specialty match type like back to back. But I think it makes sense considering, you know, the storyline. You know, they're all three of them are kind of intertwined. Joe Hendry is like the, you know, new hotness on the you know, on the show. Trick Williams is still, you know, back in the chase for the belt. Ethan Page, you know, is that vindictive heel, you know, weaseling his way in and out of, you know, situations and stuff like that. So I think I know for sure Ethan Page is winning this match, but I think what I was alluding to earlier, I do think that Joe Hendry is somebody that when he does get over here, he's probably getting right back into that title picture like immediately.
Yeah. So either way, shout out to Joe Hendry. Main event in TNA talent main event in NXT. See, now is he gonna win? No, but that's how you forbidden door. That's how you forbidden door. But anyway,
Be a solid match too.
It's gonna be a lot of shenanigans though, because it's gonna be a lot of shenanigans with whenever you involve a special guest referee and that referee has agendas on his own, you know, as we already saw during SummerSlam. But it's gonna be cool to see where things go with it. But yeah, so Ethan Page is gonna more likely win, and I think we will more likely get Ethan Page versus Trick CW debut opening night. So it's gonna be really interesting to see where things go as they build that background as well. Because honestly, yeah, like after this, they're really building up to the CW opening premiere at this point. They're going to treat that like a borderline pay-per-view. They're in Chicago. Of course, CM Punk going to be there. They're going to go all out for it. They're going to treat it legit like a pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun show.
Fun guest. Besides CM Punk. Let's see. But yeah, so let's go on to the next WWE event. We got the Bash at Berlin. Or Bash in Berlin. I'm sorry, I apologize. Bash in Berlin. As I'm looking to take her wrong. Anyway, who cares? But Bash in Berlin is this Saturday. It is supposed to. Do they give us a time frame? We do not.
Right? Is it? I was finna ask. Is this going to be one of them early shows?
I'm about to Google it now. What time does Bash in Berlin? 11:30 our time. So it's not gonna be too early. Like it's gonna be
right when I start work.
Hopefully I'll be running errands around that time. And that's Ashley to drive. But
I'm gonna be watching it while I'm at work anyway. I'm at the grill and it's slow on the weekend, so it'll work out.
I still watch it, whether I might be a match or two behind. I intend on watching either way. But yeah, so This is currently a 5-match card. I doubt anything else gets added because they're already down yonder. So
Yeah.
nothing else really added. SmackDown's gonna be done in out that way as well, which is gonna be of course a tape show based on that. But let's see where things go. So 5 matches. Who opens? Who is my opener?
Mm,
Let's go with the mixed tag match.
yeah.
It makes the most sense to open. All right. So the Terror Twins, Damien versus Rhea Rip. Damien and Rhea versus Judgment Day of Liv and Dom. The lead up to this has been fun. It's completely fun. Especially just in regards to just how Priest and Rhea on Judgment Day ass, and Judgment Day is like, hey, look, it's 5 of us, G. We're jumping y'all. Every chance we get, we jumping you guys. And even though and Rhea just realizing like, wait, I'm bigger than like 2 or 3 of these guys. I'm beating the ass too. That's what makes it hilarious. But I think this is going to be a really good match, a really fun match, good way to get the crowd going. I strongly believe this will lead to Damien and Rhea winning. You kind of have to set them up in that way, especially for one to proceed with their storylines with members that they have main beefs with. For Damien, it's mainly getting to Finn, and then for Rhea, getting the belt back from Liv. Because after this, I feel like they go on their own separate journeys.
Yeah.
Still dealing with Judgment Day, but they on separate paths now. Because now for Damien, it's like, look, I want that little nick. I want that nigga's neck. Pause. And then Rhea is just like, look, she took me out, took my sub. Now I want my belt back. So it's like, what we doing? What we doing here? So, but it's gonna be a fun match. I just need Dom to really just continue to up the ante with being the greatest heel of our generation.
Yeah, Dom is on his way to doing. He's already in the midst of it, but he's on his way to doing great things. I also think that they may be leading up to another Ray Dom feud, kind of picking that back up again, because like they've been like on and off getting into it for like the last like couple months. Now it's like really starting to pick up again. So
yeah,
I think he definitely needs his own storyline to deal with outside of him and Liv being together too. Like after he gets done, because obviously, like you said, Damien's trying to get to Finn for the most part.
Yeah, because like the way this is more like, look, Damien's like, look, I'm looking out for you, but I really want that. I really want the dude who's wearing the purple Jordans all the time. I want that nigga. Which is why I feel like post this, Damien's going to cost them the tag belts.
Yeah.
Like that, like you could sit there and challenge them all you want, but you want to be in a situation where it's like you legit want Finn to be like, nah, I gotta kill you. I gotta call the diamond. I gotta call the diamond. You pull the diamond out. we need that.
Yeah, because that match has to happen at Bad Blood. Like Bad Blood, like that's the grudge match pay-per-view.
Yeah. So I feel like one of the things, like you really want that to be in there. And like even then, post this. Dom, you are setting up another Ray versus Dom one-on-one match. And yeah, Dom has got 2 pins on Ray in tag team matches. So you really want to, and with this, I really want them to do the mask versus hair match.
Yeah, that's what I think it can lead up to.
It can, but I just feel like they're not going to do it yet because if Ray loses the mask, it's retirement.
Right. So I think that you have to do this match at a Big 4 pay-per-view.
Like I think that
And I don't necessarily think that WrestleMania has to be it. Like it really could be Survivor Series too. But I think considering on the, the rest of the schedule, I think it would line up to be at a Mania.
Yeah. So it just depends. I'm really curious to see what things go. But I think they definitely go on. Most everybody in Judgment Day is going their own separate. At least the main players of Judgment Day will have something going on going into their pay per view. JD and Carlito just remain fine. They play their role. Moving on, I believe, dang, 2 tag team matches would be crazy after that. All right, so from there we're going to go.
Oh, they are adding one more match to Bash in Berlin. Last week, LA Knight issued an open challenge to.
That's for that Friday.
No, I think he said at Bash in Berlin.
I could have sworn he said that was for Friday. I could have sworn.
But we'll check. But that's another match that's coming up. Another U.S. title match too.
Either way, if it's on SmackDown or if it's on that what you call it, he's gonna, unless it's everybody's favorite Jacob. Everybody loves to ride.
Well, no, I think they're pivoting from Jacob having a belt right now. He's playing the solo role, like you're the enforcer. You don't have to have a belt. Which I think that's the right idea.
Once again, Jacob's gonna come limping with the walking boot and super kick on.
He's out of the walking boot too.
He's gonna still wear the walking boot and super kick on because niggas was like, "Oh, I'm so impressed," and made them wet and horny. So it was like, "Oh my God, it's the greatest thing ever." Like, he took Roman out in a walking boot. Oh my God, like, gee, there was a weapon. I kick you in a walking boot, you're going to be knocked out. What are we doing, people? Seriously, what are we doing? But let's just go with the unholy union: Alba Fire, Isla Dawn versus Bianca and Jade. All I'm gonna say is, hey, get ready for them sisters to lose again in overseas. Yeah. I don't see them taking the belts off them yet. For one, that you're putting the belts on somebody. For one, they're gonna work all 3 shows. Not to say that Bianca and Jade won't, but Isla Dawn and Alba will legit. They're more of the workers. And yeah, the belts do look nice on them. I mean, on Bianca and Jade, it's just in terms of just.
But they don't necessarily need them again right now either.
They really don't, and you can just build something up from there with regards to. You want to make this division be serious. Continue to keep the belts on them because Bianca and Jade's too damn dominant. Simple as that. They're just too damn dominant. That's just my thing.
Yeah, so you have to, if you're gonna keep the belts on them, you have to book them as really unbeatable.
Exactly. So just in my point, just keep the belts on them. It just makes no sense. Like just find a cute way to protect them. That's all you do. That's all it is. Like you still have Blair Davenport who's working with them, and that could just lead to a 3 versus 3 women's tag match at that. You got the sisters versus the evil European.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm booking Atlanta, G. I'm booking Atlanta while we're doing it. So it's just like, hey, look, that's what we can do. It is what it is.
I definitely think Bad Blood is going to be a slightly longer card.
Of course, it's a stadium show too.
It is. They in the Falcon Stadium?
I believe they do got that stadium booked. I'm about to double check. Bad Blood.
If it's a stadium show, we getting at least 7, 8.
Book 2004. Okay, look, you loaded fast when I put the wrong year in, but no, it's going to be in the State Farm Arena. My apologies.
State Farm, is that the Hawks Arena? Where's the
Hawks Arena?
Yeah, that's still pretty big.
Still a big state, still a ring. It's technically.
Yeah.
Either way, point is, you still want to make that a big show, especially in Atlanta. Have 3 black women in Atlanta beat up 3 European women. You're fine. You're selling the culture right there. That's how they get they. That's how you get their one back either way. But yeah. So moving on, this is where things get fun. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre.
Strap match.
Strap, and it's the 4-corner strap match. So we're going
You gotta
real.
touch all 4 corners. You and your it has to be you and your opponent have to touch all 4,
Just you.
or just you.
It just has to be just that person has to touch all 4.
I kind of something in me kind of has Drew winning this match, but at the same time, they might do it where, you know, they go 1-1. Drew wins the first one, Punk wins the second one, and then, you know, Bad Blood, they do the tiebreaker.
That's really the plan. They're going to trilogy.
I think they're going to do that anyway, but the reason I think Drew might win is just it's another match where he just kind of like shows that he's just going to outmuscle Punk the entire time.
And that's how I like to book it that way, because he could just on
Lily
paper,
could ragdoll him.
Rag him. He should ragdoll this man, but that's the story of it. See, this is the pro wrestling aspect of it, man. Little short guy who's supposed to be getting ragdolled across the ring, each corner. That's the story. But so it's a good way you could make. It's a believable way for Punk to win, because Punk is the more wittier guy who's going to take advantage of Drew's cockiness, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, but it should definitely be a fun match. It's going to be blood. Like, it's definitely going to be blood. This is going to be the one match on the card where we will have blood. So, unless Gunther Titty starts bleeding again, but that's a whole different subject. But moving on, Cody versus Kevin Owens, and what is been a fun build, because it's the ticking time bomb of if Kevin Owens is going to turn on Cody, where we literally had moments of, hey, he's going to betray him. He's going to betray him. And it's just KO's just constantly just fighting the urge.
Yeah.
And that's the fun part. Like, it's the fighting the urge not to turn on Cody. And I would like it, but also I wouldn't be mad if he doesn't either.
I kind of think that it's gonna happen, but it don't necessarily have to happen at the show.
Yeah. Like, you could kind of make it have a funky finish where KO does feel a type of way.
Yeah.
And he goes like, you know what? I ain't like that.
I'm tired of losing, man.
So with that said, yeah, I don't like you. He's gonna beat the living hell out of Cody. I'm gonna beat the living hell out of you in your hometown, in front of your family, your friends.
Now that I think about it, though, this is the opportunity. KO is known for doing this, though. Like, you in your hometown, it's high stakes. If he loses, he's more than likely gonna beat the hell out of you after the match. This is gonna be the return of the apron power bomb or the apron package pile driver.
That's even worse. But thing is, even though the pile driver is a banned WWE move, Triple H and Cody's gonna please H, let me use it. Please let him do this to me.
They let him use the vertebraker again.
That's a whole different subject. But at the same time, because Triple H like, look, moments. That's what we do it for the moment. But we in agreement. Cody wins. The turn doesn't happen yet. It's just gonna be a little funky.
Yeah,
fun match though. It's gonna be a little funky though. Moving on, Gunther versus Randy Orton. This is what more like main event. Gunther has the main event. It's his home country. You gotta have him have this moment, and this is a perfect way to solidify his run, the start of his title run. It's the perfect way to solidify it overall. So this
Gunther definitely wins. I think he pins Randy though. I don't think I think he tries to make Randy tap. Randy gets out of it, and he has to like show that he has to pin him.
That's gonna be the story. Because for one, Randy, I don't want to see Randy getting choked out. I was listening to one wrestling podcast that said Randy's probably gonna be like, "No, don't do the 3 special finishes on me. Like, just choke me out." I was like, "No, I think Randy wants to really put Gunther over."
Yeah, like I think he's gonna let him get his shit off. Like I think he's gonna let him get into his into his signatures. He probably interrupts it when he tries to get to that third one.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
what gonna be the fun part. I think when Gunther does the splash, it's gonna lead to an RKO where he breaks the chain. Because once Gunther gets in that chain, it's a wrap. It's really a wrap.
Gunther got a top 5 chain.
It's a different chain every time.
Every time.
It's like you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know. That's the scary part. Like, am I going to lose to the power bomb? Am I getting choked out? Am I getting splashed? Am I literally going to get in the ankle lock? Is he going to clothesline me to hell? What is Gunther's finisher?
For real.
It's literally you really have to call it the chain.
That'd be cold.
And the thing is, that's the scary part. You can't really even tell me what it's going to be. Like, imagine on 2K25, they literally it's just a randomized set of events that Gunther does to you. It's like, but you still have to literally just let it play out. You be like, it's up to you to counter it. So you don't even know.
They make it his comeback move. It's gonna be his comeback move, G.
It's the comeback that could wrap it up too. It's like, what are you about to do? Like, literally, you don't know whether you're gonna get grappled, so you don't know whether to counter L2 R2. You don't know if you're going to get freaking clothesline to hell. You don't know if you're gonna get splashed. Well, you don't know if you get splashed, but you get it. It's like, what is he going to beat me with? But either way, what I just need is Gunther to chop him in his spine, because Randy keeps talking about my
back,
my fusion and spine. They had to literally fuse my spine back into place, and so I'm like, I just need Gunther to chop the hell out his spine. Dude. Like, I just need that twice. 2 good chops to the back, and we'll be like, yep, cinema, peak cinema. That's what you need, dude. This is gonna be a really great match, though. I would like Randy's going to put Gunther over like $1 million.
Yeah, it's always good to have a motivated Randy too. Motivated Randy is arguably one, if like the greatest, bro. Like when he's motivated, he can give you spectacles.
Yeah. So, and it's just, I feel like this is just Randy's way of just like leading back to that heel turn.
Yeah, like this definitely gonna send him down that path of
nice.
I'm not a loser.
Like, you're gonna go back to SmackDown and be like, I'm too nice. But I still fuck with you, Cody. You my man. It's too nice. It's gonna be
nice too.
The start of the chain of events. It's gonna be the start.
It's a nice piece of gold you got there, boy.
Yeah. So we're gonna see where things go overall, though. But this is gonna, like, once again, people critical the short pay-per-views and all of that. I get it, but it's fine. Totally fine. Like, we'll be fine. G, just let it be. Let it play. We can go.
And when you really think about it, it's not that short. We still getting a 3.5, 4 hour show.
Exactly, because the best part is everybody in the match gonna get their stuff off. Like, each of these matches will easily go like at least 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Like Alba, like the quickest match might literally be Alba Fire versus Bianca. Well, the Unholy Union, Bianca and Jay, and that might still be like a 15-minute match. CM Punk versus Drew is definitely going to go almost 30.
15, 20. Yeah.
That's definitely going 30. The Terror Twins and Judgment Day, that's going to go probably 15, 20 minutes with a lot of shenanigans. Cody and KO is going to go
At
for
least 25.
and then Gunther versus Randy is also going to go another 25. These matches are going to be long.
Yeah.
So, but it is what it is. But that's it for this week. Make sure you guys going to get some great pay-per-views this week, this weekend. So enjoy it, man. Enjoy this weekend. Enjoy y'all Labor Day weekend. Be safe. Don't drink too much. Drink responsibly if you do drink. Make sure that barbecue you eating is cooked. You know, look, not everybody be trusted on the grill, man. Simple as not everybody trusts to be on the grill. Know who's gonna be on that grill.
Make sure it's cooked, but don't burn it. This food is expensive.
Don't get me started, G.
Man.
Look, man, hold on. Okay.
Then everything getting recalled, bro. You seen how many recalls we've been getting these things?
Look, G, like, hold on. We're gonna get to that in a second. Like, see, we're gonna give you guys a little bit of reality. See, this is just life outside of wrestling. But like wrestling and sports, but this is the reality. So I actually wanted me to grill oxtails today, which I didn't have a problem with because we had oxtails in the freezer sitting there for like 3 weeks now, I want to say. So she wanted me to grill. I was off today. I needed an aluminum pan because when you grill oxtails, they're just crispy. They don't get tender. So, so once they're cooked, you want to put them in like a aluminum pan to baste them, so that way they can soak in. Wherever you use like beef broth, beef stock, bone broth, whatever you use, it don't make a difference. So, aluminum. So I went to 3 different stores. 2 different stores. No, I did. I went to 3 different stores for aluminum pans. Aluminum pan at Mariano's cost $6
for just one
aluminum pan, and it's not.
They don't do the 2-pack joints no more.
They do, but I didn't want. But like, I just needed one because
I'm saying though, a 2-pack used to be $6.
Exactly. So
crazy.
Because the funny thing is, I looked at it and said, "Oh, $3.50, that's not bad." And I scanned the thing at the self checkout. That thing popped up at $6. I was like, "Hey, void this, void this, my nigga."
Right, I found it at $3.50. I was gonna let it be $3.50.
Exactly. I'm like, void this, man. Went to another store. They had them, but they only had the big ones, and the big ones is $6. At that store, I was like, I don't need a big one.
Right.
So I ended up going to Family Dollar, and they had the multi-pack for like $2. So I was like, all right, that's cool, you know. So like they had 2 of them for $6. I'm not mad at. No, it was $3. 2 for $3. I was like, cool, I take it. But the fact that aluminum pans cost how much? It's crazy. It's wicked. This is another sign that also how much expensive groceries is. I used to always just buy the 18 egg packs, large eggs. Best value, honestly, buy the 12 pack of jumbo, because one jumbo is equal to like 2 large eggs.
Yeah,
like that's literally, you have to shop smarter, my nigga. And plus, if you don't use these freaking apps, if you like wherever you grocery shop with, whether it's Jewel's, Mariano's, Pete's, you need to have their apps. You need to get them coupons.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like the world sucks.
To save your life.
Plus the recalls, like you got to pay attention what the hell you buying and stuff like that. Like that's crazy. And guess whose fault this is? The person that you guys are trying to reelect as president. Dumbass people. But with that said, make sure you
get worse.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube Media YouTube channel. Follow us on the Facebook page. Follow, like the Facebook page, YouTube Media as well. Make sure you also follow us, Threes from the Ring, on Twitter at Twitter X, whatever the heck you want to call it, at 3S from the Ring. Say we appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys for liking us, rocking with us. Share us with your peoples, man. Share us. Let the people know that we're gonna keep it real with you when it comes to all things basketball, all things wrestling. We ain't going meat ride, Samoans and stuff like that. We don't do that here. We don't. We keep it honest. Like, no, we don't do that here. This ain't that type of podcast. We look for meat riders, go ahead and find them slurping. But we don't do that here. We don't. But it's your boy Chris J. Peace.
Peace.